It's been so long since I dropped any content for you guys. Since January, bro. I have not created a single YouTube video since January. Why? Because NBA 2K24 made your boy retire, bro. Literally, I was playing the game and I could think back to the exact moment. I've been trying to create a series for you guys for the longest while, right? Months ago. And every time I try to create something, the game either freezes, I have some type of weird error message, or the game just crashes overall. I tried doing expansion teams, I tried doing custom logo, I tried everything to make my own series like I always do for you guys. And guess what? The game just kept on crashing and I just had enough. I said, you know what? I'm done. I'm retiring. But today, NBA 2K25 looks to be a little bit promising, or is it? So I decided to come out of my temporary retirement and give you guys my thoughts and opinions on the new upcoming MYGMMode and also MyNBA, the new features that they added to the game. Because to be honest, I watched the video today, the live stream that they had, and it doesn't look too bad, in my opinion. It really doesn't look that bad. So like I said, I'm gonna give you guys my thoughts and opinions. We're gonna get into it. And I'm not sure how many people are going to see this video because, you know, I haven't made a video since like the beginning of the year. I don't know how many ride or dies I have on my channel, so I'm not expecting a lot of people to see this. But for the people that are watching this video and are still rocking with me, love you, bro. Love you. Love each and every single one of you guys. Really appreciate it. So without further ado, what's up, ladies and gentlemen? This is the Prince YouTube PS Compulsion signing in here, aka Prince Anthony, aka that 29-year-old kid with the light squeaky voice that you know and love and some people hate. It felt really good to do that, bro. It really felt good to do that. I just feel good being behind the camera again. You know what I mean? For anyone that made through that yap sesh I just had to start the video, like, let me rock, bro. I haven't made a video in so long. I just had to address you guys. Relax. Anyways, we about to hop into things. So we got the MyNBA and MyGM Courtside report. So we are starting off at the top. They said, take control of an NBA front office and build the next great dynasty in MyNBA or MyGM. NBA 2K25 all-encompassing general manager modes. So they had the Courtside report video here. I'm obviously not going to play it because I'm not trying to get copyrighted or anything like that. So the gist of it, it says build the next great dynasty as a general manager in NBA 2K25 on new gen. So we're not calling it next gen anymore. We're calling it new gen. So calling all armchair general managers and keyboard coaches. Build the next great dynasty, blah, blah, blah. Okay, you already said it like a million times. Test your ability to juggle lofty expectations of an NBA fan base and team leadership while assembling a championship roster available on blah, 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 blah. We're giving you the power to create your own backstory and control the narrative surrounding your success. So let's see these new features that were added to the new MyGMMode for NBA 2K25. So it says MyGM returns, right? This RPG franchise mode puts you in the role of an NBA team's general manager. Okay, you'll navigate roster building, managing your governors and team's expectations of you, and much more as you run a world-class championship NBA franchise. So the first part of it, you see the screenshot right here. I think I'm gonna incorporate like a little bit more screenshots like throughout the video as well for you guys to see, or as a matter of fact, I'll just link it in the description for you guys to check out the original video as well, and of course that report. But literally pick your own backstory. So you could play as an ex-player, ex-scout, quant, capitalist, closer, and then custom. So based on the backstory, you're gonna have certain starter perks and you're gonna have certain attributes as well. So the backstory is pretty much like your archetype for the game mode in general. Like, what type of GM do you want to be? I mean, based on this list, is not too much to choose from. Custom, I'm assuming you'll be able to customize it to your liking in terms of something along the lines of how maybe they do it for My Career, like how you create your own build. Maybe you're able to freely assign like points. So offensive coaching, I might want to leave that at 0 stars and like put more into like business, you know, something of that aspect, to where you get like a custom starter perk and you also have your custom starting attributes. That's what I assume custom is. So hopefully it's something along those lines, because I feel like that'll make things a lot more interesting. But Based on what I'm seeing so far, it seems pretty general, pretty generic. Let's keep things rolling though. It says we have redesigned MyGM to be even more of a role-playing experience this year, and okay, they're focusing right now on your backstory, so whatever it is that you choose. And then it says, okay, your backstory determines your initial attributes, okay, which we already know, which determines the baseline boost and leads to different playstyles of running your franchise as you navigate through conversations. So based on what I'm reading, it seems like conversations is going to be very important, which is equivalent to what we had before in the past. We had task. Now, NBA, the last time I played MyGM was before it came to next gen or new gen, to PlayStation 5. For the old gen, I believe it was task, and then they would give you like random people on your team, like players, coaches, your team governor, team owner, would give you specific tasks for you to accomplish. And then if you don't do it, sometimes it has like a steep like effect on your team and your roster and with your owner. And then sometimes I felt like it was just pointless. Like some of the tasks or this year conversations that's going to be had, my problem is I really hope that it's not as generic as it was before when it came to the task. Like I could have a championship team and then the team owner would tell me, oh, take this person out of your starting lineup when he's the best player in the starting lineup. Hope that made sense to you guys. But moving forward, it says here are all the attributes that make up your GM, right? So we got offensive coaching, improves the team's offensive attributes, unlocks conversations options for that. Defensive coaching improves the team's overall defensive attributes, of course, pretty self-explanatory. Sports medicine, improve the team's training and reduces the impact of fatigue and injuries. That's pretty good. Business, improves the team attendance, unlock conversation options. Charisma affects the trades, contract negotiation, and team morale. Analytics, improves scouting. Right off the bat, I can already tell you I'm with the charisma because you know me, when it comes to offering contracts, everybody getting a 2-year team contract, bro. Literally, bro. Every single rebuild I do, 2 years team option. If I don't want you after 2 years, you gone out the door. This is the part that I really wanted to know about. So we have perks, right? So it says as you complete goals, you will earn XP and level up to unlock more attribute points and new perks. I hope this attribute system is not like, I believe it was NBA 2K20. Don't quote me on that and correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure they had like that attribute tree. I know you guys remember what I'm talking about for all the MyGM players out there. It was like a big tree and then like you unlock certain points and then you had to unlock like everything around it. That's what this is sounding like. And if that's the case, I'm not gonna like it. I didn't like that attribute tree. A lot of it was just like really generic stuff that you unlock. Like it didn't really reward you for playing MyGM, in my opinion. So it says each backstory starts off with a unique perk already equipped. As you can see from the screenshot, like up here, you get a starter perk, which is good, depending on, you know, whatever your initial attribute is. Pretty good. So it says most levels oh my goodness, most levels will give you an additional attribute point. However, at levels 4, 8, 12, and 16, you'll receive an additional perk once you hit the level cap of 20. This is sounding like NBA 2K20 in terms of the MyGM. They just switched a few things around and like renamed them. For example, if you are an ex-player, you start off with the former player perk. You can read the locker room and are able to relate to your players, so this gives you a team chemistry boost. Okay, at level 12, you'll be able to select the Lionheart perk, which ensures your players start warm and your star players start hot when facing elimination in the playoffs, bringing them closer to achieving takeover. Okay, I'm gonna keep reading. So NBA 2K25 is loaded with perks, with 55 available for you to choose from at launch. These are all the perks here, depending on what the main attribute of your character is. So you have coaching, analytics, charisma, others, business, training. Others I would assume fall under like offensive or defensive. So a lot of these perks sound like pretty good. So from what it sounds like to me, oh wait, we also got some more here. Background perks. So you have the starting perks, level 12 exclusive perk based on whatever your attribute is. Okay, that makes sense. which is not too bad. But so far, not gonna lie, it sounds similar to how NBA 2K20 had it in terms of like that attribute tree and just unlocking badges as you go. This year, instead of it being badges, you're unlocking perks, and instead of you having like tasks, you have conversations. And instead of attributes, it was, I believe, skills. Moving forward, we have goals and conversations. It says it's in your hands to determine what your goals are and use your unique style and strategy and conversations to shape your MyGM story. Now, when it comes to like creating my own story, you guys already know, when it comes to MyGM and create my own story, we had so much fun back in the day. Even NBA 2K20, it was fun because we made the most of it. If y'all remember how like I made D'Angelo Russell a star player, leave a comment with me in the comment section below. That was crazy. But it says a core part of MyGM is conversations with your staff and players. Obvious, as you manage everyone's needs and the goals they set for you. Here we go. This is sounding similar to just tasks. This is literally what it was back in the day. So we're focusing on a smaller number of impactful conversations for a better experience. Okay, I could get behind that. As long as it's clear and concise and you're not asking me to do something that goes against making my team better, I could do that rather than overwhelming you with constant chit chat requests. That's what it was called. It was called chit chats back in the day. So we have this screenshot here. Governor Ron Hollins says he wants to win as many titles as possible with this current roster, and then based on your attributes, it looks like based on your attributes, that will let you know what options you have to choose for like a rebuttal in terms of what goal you actually want to accomplish, which makes sense. Okay, so that's not too bad. Chat points, I don't really like the idea of it. It sounds similar to like those points that you needed on NBA 2K20 MyGM, where without like a certain amount of points, you won't be able to like have conversations without the necessary like chit chat points, if you remember that. I hope that's not the case. If that is the case, I'm probably going to disable that because chat points is like redundant. Like, why do I need points in order for me to have a conversation? So it says your backstory and attribute ratings can come into play during these conversations to unlock more paths by determining the dialogue choices you have. MyGM is going to be lit. Listen, when I create my MyGM, I'm not listening to anything the team governor says. I'm going to do my own thing. Hopefully I don't get fired, because they say you could get fired, which was the same thing as before, if you don't complete like certain like tasks or you get them like extremely upset. And look at this, they have the same morale feature right here, the same morale feature that they had in previous MyGM modes along the years. So that's looking to be like the same thing. Last but not least, it says MyGM building, brand new on NBA 2K25 for new gen. So a free roaming space where I could walk around and just have conversations, which is actually pretty dope. Not gonna hold you, the best part about MyGM in general seems to be this MyGM building thing, where I'm able to just walk around and talk to the players like regular. Like it says maybe the CFO needs to talk to you about cutting costs. Oh my goodness, this is literally a copy and paste of MyGM from the last gen. They just made it look a lot more pretty. So it says, or the head coach wants to talk to you about a lineup change. I hated that when they went to chit chat to you and was like, yo, I think you should take this person out of the starting lineup. Bro, this player is averaging the most points on our team, player of the week 5 weeks in a row, and you want to take him out of the... Okay, don't piss me off with that lineup change BS. It says, and you could go into the MyGM building and walk up to them and have a conversation with them in person for an authentic experience. Last is leaderboards, a ranked mode, so it sounds similar to what we already had before. So all in all, for MyGM, honestly, it's looking to be similar to what we had before. So it seems to be like a copy paste from the previous iterations of MyGM. I'm saying I constantly bring up NBA 2K20 because once NBA 2K21 came out, I got it for PlayStation 5. I did have it for old gen as well for PlayStation 4 because I had it for both modes. And the last time that I actually played MyGM was back then. So NBA 2K21 was the last time I really played it, and NBA 2K20 is what I remember the most. NBA 2K21 not so much, because I believe there was like a bunch of bugs and glitches, and they didn't really do anything to like improve the mode since next gen or new gen was coming out, so I didn't really have no incentive to play it. But I wonder if this is in the game, right? So you see how this custom player that they have right here doesn't have like a face scan. First off, are they going to have more like cyber heads for us to like choose from in order to create our own custom character? And most importantly, are they going to allow us to face scan? So ladies and gentlemen, look at this. Back in the day, NBA 2K20, you was allowed to face scan your custom GM into the game. Look at this. If it loads. Wait, where is it? There you go. You used to be able to do a face scan and literally have your own custom GM with his face, with your own custom face scan. I really hope that they add that back, because since they came out with MyNBA Eras, we're no longer able to do that. So I'm hoping that for NBA 2K25 they add this feature back, because this is a very underrated feature in my opinion. Being able to face scan yourself into the game, come on now. But that's one dope feature that like I really liked back in the day. And now look at this, the take action. I hope it's not like that action point BS like the chat points. I hope it's not the same as the action points, because if that's the case, I'm gonna have to like take that off when doing a custom MYGM mode, because basically with action points it allows you to like speak to like staff and do like certain trades and like all that BS. And then on top of that, look at the level thing right here. So you would level up, gain XP by completing tasks, chit-chatting with people, and once you get a certain amount of points, like you level up like that. And then they also had like a skill tree and everything like that. Like this is how it was back in the day, and that's literally how it's sounding for NBA 2K25. So I hope it's not the same thing, but in my opinion, that's low-key what it's sounding like. Let me know what y'all think in the comment section below. Not gonna hold you though, I still am excited for the game mode in general, but I just really hope it's not a copy paste. Last but not least, we are getting into some MyNBA Eras news, right? So it's back. This time, all the same things are there. Magic versus Bird era, the Jordan era, Kobe era, the LeBron James era that they stole from me. They still never gave me credit for that. That's neither here nor there. You can check out all my past videos in the past, bro. LeBron James era, I created that. And when I was talking about the LeBron James era, I have to find a video. I might probably like try to like edit it into this video, but literally I said that I was going to create the Steph Curry era next, maybe, potentially. Lo and behold, the newest era to MyNBA Eras is the Steph Curry era. So the Steph Curry era begins during the 2016-2017 NBA season, where you can relive the legendary Golden State Warriors with Steph Curry, KD, Klay Thompson, and Draymond Green. So the addition of that era is pretty good, in my opinion. It was an era that I was going to create for NBA 2K24, but MyNBA Eras was very glitchy, and it didn't allow me the opportunity to really mess around with the scenarios as much, because everything kept on freezing. That's the reason why I retired from making YouTube videos, like literally. So from what I'm seeing, the only thing new that they did add to it is the Steph Curry era, and it says that they do have a few MyNBA improvements as well. It says you're going to be able to customize MyNBA to the degree or 2 degrees you've never been able to before. So it says MyGM includes a bevy of new and exciting features, but we made sure to give MyNBA some love. Also from the NBA Cup, okay, streamlined my staff management, so they're not going to have as much my staff like slots as they did before. They had 17. That was overwhelming. So we got the NBA Cup, which basically is the in-season tournament. It's rebranded to that. Cool. League expansion and contraction. In new gen, okay, to add and remove up to 6 teams from the league each and every offseason, rather than being limited to a total of 6 teams per save. I can already tell you right now, this feature is not going to work. With all the bugs and glitches that they had for NBA 2K24, I'm telling you right here, You heard it first. It's not gonna work. It's gonna glitch and the mode is gonna be unplayable. I'm telling you. League news in my NBA era. So it says the way that they deliver the news. So basically the news tab is gonna be like a little bit more up to date based on the time period that you're in. Okay, streamlined my staff management. That's actually good. So you don't have to worry about 17 staff positions every single season. It's crazy, literally crazy. Then you have the closing remarks there. So all in all, not much added to my NBA eras at all, other than the Steph Curry era. So then that leads me to believe that next year, let's see, for NBA 2K26, are they going to add another era to the game? Are we going to go back before the Magic versus Bird and add like those old teams? Who knows? But in terms of my NBA eras, I'm disappointed in the news. It's only the Steph Curry era. It's going to be fun hopping into it, but like I said, the reason why I stopped playing NBA 2K24 in general was because the game mode was kind of unplayable with all the bugs, all the glitches, all the crashes. Every time I try to do something, customize the league in a way that I want to customize it with custom teams, expansion teams, it didn't work. The game mode did not work. So that's the main thing that I want to be improved for NBA 2K25. If you could just fix the bugs, the glitches, it will make the game mode a lot more fun, and doing those era rebuilds is always fun as well. So I'm back in the GM office. As you can see, the background is the GM office. I think NBA 2K20 or NBA 2K21, but nonetheless, back in the GM office, back in the GM chair, and feels good to actually be able to play my GM again. I'm glad they separated the modes, because once my NBA eras was a thing for next gen or new gen, literally they took out a lot of the features out of my GM and kind of just made it strictly like my league. And I feel like with the implementation of my GM once again, we could kind of have that separation again. So now it's my GM and my league slash my NBA eras, because that's basically what my NBA eras is. So I like that separation. Let's keep it at that. Make my GM able to, you know, more in-depth in terms of interacting with your team, your staff, and building your dynasty that way, rather than just creating a team and going about it like that. So I'm actually pretty excited. Let's see what the game mode has to offer. I'm gonna give it a chance, and if it's trash, I think I'm gonna retire, bro. I think I'm gonna retire. I've been dropping bangers for 12 years, bro, on this channel. May not be as popular as others, probably never will be as popular as others. I don't care. I do it for the love of the game. I do it because I love what I do, and I'm gonna give it a shot, bro. I'm gonna just give it a shot. But let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. What you guys think about my NBA eras this year, although they barely added anything, and my GM coming back. Let me know in the comment section below. This is Prince of YouTube, signing out. Feels good to be back.